In the previous summary of Versus, Ario unleashed his full power, delivering a final attack that marked humanity's first counteroffensive against its natural enemies. But is this a sign of humanity's uprising, or merely the prelude to countless despairing events to come? Let's dive into the second part of the Versus summary to find out. Returning to the Kingdom's fortress, Hollow and his team receive news of Ario's team's success, relayed by Ario's surviving spirit guide. While there's elation, there's also bitterness over the fallen comrades. Ario is alive but imprisoned in the Neo-Human's dungeon. He left a message: don't try to rescue him. However, the joy did not last long. The Demon Lord's army has found the fortress and is preparing to attack. Sensing this, Hollow, alone and resolute, steps out to challenge the demon commander in single combat, demanding they leave the fortress if he wins. The commander, Kiva, accepts, with thought he never imagined he'd lose to a weak human. The battle begins. Hollow's current strength surprises the demon commander. Hollow has endured countless hardships, and now he fights without fear. His sword pierces Kiva, forcing Kiva to unleash his full power in retaliation. However, Hollow is calmer than ever, skillfully maneuvering and delivering the killing blow with a stoic expression. All the negative emotions Hollow had carried are unleashed upon his enemy. For the first time, Kiva feels fear facing a human. He breaks his word, calling for a full-scale demon army assault on the fortress. While Hollow prepares for a final sacrifice, the fortress receives news and reinforcements arrive. This is not just Hollow's battle. Everyone's fighting for survival. The final defense begins, fierce and desperate. Humanity unleashes its full strength. If they continue like this, defeat is only a matter of time. Inside the fortress, Glasp receives reports that several weapons belonging to the people living in Celestia are deployed in outer space. He wants more information. Sua, a commander from Earth's Defense Force, shares details. Those are unmanned orbital satellites launched generations ago, remotely controlled from Earth and capable of firing laser beams at designated targets. Hundreds once existed, now only 26 remain after fighting natural enemies. The citizens in Celestia haven't used them before, fearing their position would be revealed. This fear stems from the extraterrestrial invaders, the Madeline. But there's no time for hesitation. They must call upon these extraterrestrials for help against the demons. The scene shifts to the battlefield. As the humans are overwhelmed, a beam of light from space strikes the demons, catching them off guard. It has little effect, though. Kiva laughs at this human tactic, but suddenly a large spherical object descends. Madeline, extraterrestrials from the Celestia world. Another battle between natural enemies is about to begin. Demons versus Madeline. What will be the result? A strange object falls from the sky, momentarily distracting the demon army, but they quickly refocus on the human forces. Commander Kiva unleashes a full-power attack on Hollow's third leg, seemingly shattering him completely. Just as Kiva is about to finish him off, a Madeline speaks in a strange language. Annoyed by the noise, Kiva attacks the extraterrestrial, unleashing a powerful energy blast. Pakya from the Titan's Crown world seizes this opportunity to save Hollow and bring him to safety. Kiva pursues, but the target he just attacked is still there. A Madeline casually approaches and delivers a not-serious punch to the demon commander's stomach. This seemingly simple attack destroys Kiva's internal organs. Kiva's body is flung hundreds of meters, crashing through the castle, leaving him barely clinging to life in front of the human's command center. Next, the Madelons begin to slaughter the demons, mirroring how the demons previously annihilated humans. It is a complete annihilation. According to Sua from the Celestia world, these are the strongest natural enemies. Just one can decimate entire fleets of spaceships. And now, humanity is calling for more than just one to come here. The Madelons have deciphered human language and begun to gather information about this new world. Meanwhile, Commander Glasp uses the little time he has to formulate an escape plan. Seeing Commander Kiva's mangled body, Zabi has a new idea. He uses his magic to revive the demon commander, intending to use Kiva's rage to balance the war between the two natural enemies. Though Kiva has no intention of cooperating, he complies because the Madelons are a far greater threat than the weak humans. Kiva moves to the battlefield, restarting the fight against the beings who defeated him. The Madeline dismissively attacks Kiva, unleashing laser beams from its eyes in an unpredictable pattern. Kiva uses all his strength to nullify the beams, but even at his full power, he can't defeat a single Madeline. If we can't defeat them, let's call in reinforcements, Kiva thinks. He summons elite demon commanders under the 11th Demon Lord. Though the Madelons are outnumbered, their unique, flexible bodies allow them to easily dodge the demon attacks, quickly turning the tide and defeating several demon commanders. humanity hasn't given up. They pour all their energy into resurrecting the demons. Simultaneously, Zabi orders a mass teleportation spell to move everyone from the area before the battle between the demons and Madolans ends. However, humanity still faces some problems. The world map is drastically altered, and Zabi isn't sure their destination is safe. But they have no choice. The fortress is no longer safe. An emergency meeting is called to find the safest location amongst the 13 worlds. But where's that even possible in this ultra-hard, hellish nightmare? A citizen from the lawless world, Gyoji, shares a location, a protected sanctuary belonging to outlaws, their natural enemy. They are a ruthless group armed with weapons. Capture means instant death or enslavement. Sounds dangerous, but it's still better than the current situation. There's no time for further discussion. Escape is the only option. Their next refuge, the lawless world. But Zabi has almost depleted his mana from earlier spells. Luckily, a citizen from the Yggdrasian world provides Zabi with essence from the world tree, restoring his mana for the mass teleportation spell. Outside the fortress, the battle between the demons and Madolans rages. However, Kiva releases Evil Maw's roar at Madolans, but he deflects it toward the base, forcing Zabi to interrupt the teleportation spell and activate a defensive barrier. The mages of the Sorcerian world are truly carrying the weight of humanity's survival in this manga. Ironically, this defense depletes Zabi's remaining mana. He can no longer activate the mass teleportation spell. To add to the despair, the Madolan extracts a control device from its chest, summoning a colossal mothership that overshadows the battlefield. This is the Madolan's flagship. An exterminatus command to the battlefield was transmitted. Yet, from this despair, more desperation is born. A colossal beast appears behind the Madolans and rips their mothership in two, to the amazement of every creature that witnessed it. Daikokuzan, the natural enemy of the disastrous Metropolis world, joins the fray. This makes the chaotic battle even more chaotic. The Madolans' mothership explodes, releasing a terrifying wave of energy, impacting all living things in the world: demons, robots, neo-humans, outlaws, and even the gods ruling the Indignia world. The Madolans, viewing everything as inferior, are completely dismissive of Daikokuzan's arrival. A Madolan approaches Daikokuzan, attempting to pierce its brain. However, due to Daikokuzan's unique, impenetrable hide and size advantage, this attack is ineffective. After the impact, the Madolan is the only one injured, falling to its knees, stunned. The Madolan's attack was ineffective. Too boring. Daikokuten shifts its target to the human fortress. Faced with imminent danger, Zabi's colleague, the mage Gyuta, and Ario's support fairy, Kira, sacrificed themselves to reactivate the mass teleportation spell. It sacrificed itself to transfer its mana to Gyuta. With this extra mana, Gyuta successfully activates the spell. Knowing he can't survive, Gyu confides his last words with Hallo before sacrificing himself. Hallo understands and runs towards the fortress to rejoin his comrades. But another unexpected event occurs. A Madolan senses the humans fleeing and attacks the castle. Determined not to let Gyuta's sacrifice be in vain, Hallo moves outside the range of the teleportation spell to intercept the Madolan attack. He's left alone on the battlefield alongside Panapane, his support fairy, and Pakia from the Titan's Crown world. They also encounter a citizen from the Curse world, Basts. Basts uses an item named Soul Container to absorb the life force of a dying demon, creating a strange vehicle that helps them escape the three-sided attack. As for the battle's outcome, the Madolans inflict no damage on Daikokuzan. They abandon the fight and focus on the remaining demons. Commander Kiva, once the natural enemy of another human group, feels the pressure of a more powerful foe for the first time. He realizes that confronting a stronger enemy without preparation is extremely difficult. In his final moments, Kiva wants to pursue the humans he'd once oppressed. Death is inevitable, but he wants to die like a warrior. The scene shifts to Zabi's team, successfully teleporting to a lawless world village. They witness humans attacking each other. One is even parasitized by a parasitical world creature. The parasite spreads, nearly destroying its host, but a lawless world outlaw quickly subdues it with a flamethrower. Sua sees an enslaved girl and wants to intervene, but is stopped by a citizen from the parasitical world. The girl is likely infected by worms, a parasitic life form from the parasitical world. After an internal debate, the three from the Titan's Crown world decide to save her. Peo from the parasitical world shares information on two specialized drugs to combat the parasites: a white pill for prevention and a black pill for those infected to merge with the parasite and destroy it. This drug is rare, limited supply, so Peo just shows it off and doesn't give it away. Before this ends, more trouble arrives. The king of the Sorcerian world awakens. He said that a man in a black protective suit did something to him. Then the king dies, and a hand-sized parasite bursts from his body. Facing infection, Zabi decides to sacrifice himself. He creates a white barrier and traps the parasite. He defeats the parasite, but is infected. The enslaved girl's parasite is growing rapidly, killing 2 of the 3 beings from the Titan's crown world. Before it attacks Samo, Zabi quickly asks the parasitical world people for the black pill so he can die with the parasite. Then rush to the rescue Samu. This saves she, but Zabi reaches his limit. Just then, the lawless world forces arrive and attack, not to rescue them, but to capture Zabi to enslave him and learn his world's strength. But humanity can't afford to lose Zabi. 2 citizens in Neoterra sacrifice themselves to allow Zabi to escape. With Glasp's approval, the Mecha Ordnance world soldiers supported them to return successfully, but this attracted the attention of the outlaws. They chased the rescue team to steal all the technology that humanity possessed. To create a safe haven, Sabiwa from the Yggdrasian world plants a seed in a building. It grows into a fortified network to help a rundown building to reinforce its foundation, preventing the structure from collapsing. When the outlaws arrive, they are met with a powerful human barrage. Commander Glasp warns that further advances will unleash weapons from various civilizations. To show sincerity, the Sorcerian world mages create a holographic army of 3,000 people. Because so much remains unknown, the lawless world commander Gore retreats. After a series of events, humanity wins this brief battle. Hallow and his team escape the colossal beast, but are trapped in a large forest teeming with monstrous creatures. To increase their fighting strength, Pakya suggests finding Gigatila, the strongest human from the Titan's crown world. Their search begins, a desperate attempt to escape the deadly forest where the creatures will turn any enemy into their food. On their journey, they meet Nukizumi, a child who lives in a hidden underground village with his grandmother and brother. Nukizumi describes his world. Gaia's Wrath world is divided into forests. Their forest is Verdant Forest and the least dangerous. And Azure Forest, Crimson Forest, and Stygian Forest, extremely dangerous places humans should avoid. After seeing Nukazumi's brother, Bosts immediately realizes he is infected with parasites and gives him an antidote. The antidote creates a curse that slowly drains the host's life, but also slows the disease's spread. Burst secretly gave the antidote to the Sorcerian World King for the same reason. Commander Glasp and the humans also noticed this. The parasite within the king was suppressed, explaining its smaller size. They decide to try the body-corroding method to weaken the parasite in Zabi and save him. After numerous attempts, Zabi successfully expels the parasite, which is now just finger-sized. The plan to defeat the Parasitica world's natural enemy has succeeded. Back in the forest, Nukazumi's brother realizes he's dying and asks Hallow's team to look after his younger brother. He feigns chasing Nukazumi from the village, so the boy can adventure with his new friends. Nukazumi, understanding his brother's feelings, summons a small bird named Chichi. It helps them navigate the forest and reach the Titan's mountain. According to Pakya, the Titan leader, Ginbak, has 100 children, and the mountain is the territory of the 6th child, Gori. Also at that place, another figure emerges, Jachi, the 11th demon lord, and a new battle is about to begin between demons and Titan. What will be the outcome? Read the Versus manga or watch the next summary. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.